Hello everyone, my name is Multura Enoch and we are going to revise together science paper 2, that is chemistry, the paper that was written by the internal candidates in 2016. Question 4a, they are saying explain what is meant by limiting a reactant. So we can just go direct into answering. So a limiting reactant, this is a substance that is used up completely during chemical reaction. So one thing that you should know is that this same limiting reagent or reactant is the one that determines the mass or the amount of any substance that is produced. So this is the expected answer on A, so we can proceed to B, where they are saying 2.4 grams of mass reacted with 0.3 moles of hydrochloric acid. So they are saying write the balanced chemical equation for the reaction. So whenever the metal react with an acid, a salt and hydrogen gas is produced. So B1, so that is magnesium solid reacting with what? HCl, that is aqueous. So all acids are in aqueous state. So the salt that is going to be formed is magnesium chloride. Now one thing that you should bear in mind is that a salt, that is just a chemical substance that is formed when hydrogen ion in an acid is replaced by a metal or ammonium ion. So this hydrogen there is replaced by what? Magnesium to form magnesium chloride. Now some people may wonder to say, where is this 2 coming from? This 2 is coming from magnesium. Magnesium is in group 2. It has a valence of 2, and then chlorine, it has a valence of 1. When you subtract 8 minus 7, so you find out to say that the valences will crisscross or exchange. Now to write the what? The state symbol for a salt that is formed, you have to follow the solubility rules, which says all chloride are what? Insoluble except sodium, potassium and ammonium, so that one is going to be in solid, plus hydrogen gas. So balancing is just the process of making each number of atom equal to the both sides, the product and the reactant. So you counter check the what? The number of atoms. So you're having magnesium 1, magnesium 1, hydrogen 1, hydrogen 2, chlorine 1, chlorine 2. So just put a 2 there. So the chemical equation as what? Balanced. So if you want, you can counter check. So we proceed to where they are saying determine the what? Limiting reactant. So limiting reactant. So there are some procedures that you have to follow when determining the limiting reagent. So the first one is that you write the chemical balanced equation, and we have already done that. So what you are going to do is this. Second step is that convert all the masses given volume into what? Number of moles, and we have been given 2.4 grams of magnesium. So number of moles is equals to mass over molar mass. So from there, the mass we know, now the molar mass for magnesium. So the molar mass, that is just the mass of 1 mole of a substance. So you're having 1 atom of magnesium multiplied by what? 24. the relative atomic mass, the number that is found on top of the periodic table of each atom. So that is 24 grams per mole. So those are the SI unit for what? For molar mass. Number of moles is equals to the mass 2.4 grams over 24 grams per what? Per mole. So there, when you cancel, you're going to obtain number of moles to be 0.1 moles. Now from there, what you are going to do is that you are going to divide this same number of moles that you have calculated with the mole ratio. The mole ratio is just the number in front of each compound or atom or element. So there is 1 mole, 2 moles, 1 mole, 1 mole. So from there, what you are going to do, you are going to divide 0.1 mole with the 1 mole ratio. 1 mole ratio of magnesium. So we are going to have 0.1. Now from there, we are also going to find the number of moles. Now in this case, we have been given the number of moles of hydrochloric acid to be 0.30 moles. So just divide this same number by the what? By the mole ratio, which is 2. So 0.30 moles over what? Over 2 moles. So there you're obtaining, when you divide, 0.1/5. Now to determine the limiting reagent, just compare these two numbers. The one that is smaller, it means that that compound or certain element is the limiting reagent, and therefore the one that is smaller is 0.1. So therefore magnesium is a limiting reagent. So those are the required answers that were supposed to be there. So we proceed. So they are saying calculate the mass in excess for the substance which was in excess. So one thing that you should bear in mind is that when that magnesium is in excess, the other substance should be in what? When magnesium is a limiting reagent, the other substance should be an excess reagent. So they are telling us to find the what? The mass. So number of moles is equals to what? Mass over molar mass over 1. We make m the subject of the formula, which is the mass. So mass is equals to number of moles times molar mass. So we don't know the molar mass of HCl, but we can calculate. So you're having 1 atom of chlorine there, so it's 1 times 35.5. 1 atom of hydrogen times 1. There is 1, there is 35.5, and then you just add. So you're going to obtain 36.5 grams per mole. So the mass is the number of moles, that is 0.30 moles times 36.5 grams per mole. So when you multiply, you are going to obtain 10.95 grams. So those are the required answer. Please don't forget to share and like the video. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.